Hello, my name is Josh Williams, and I'm going to do a little video today on how to refinish and or restore or freshen up any kind of old piece of furniture. This is an oak laminate. It's also it's fairly cheap, but we're going to give it a refresh, so to speak, and kind of bring it up to date and make it look new and more expensive than it really is. There's nothing actually wrong with this little jewelry case. It's about a golden oak color. I'm going to do it like an ebony or a real dark color that you see in a lot of furniture today. I apologize for the poor quality of the video. Got a little bit too much light, but anyway, first thing you want to do is get you a good working environment. When I say that, I mean, get you something where get you a place where you've got, enough room to work around. Make sure, you're not using any harsh chemicals around any pets or children and or elderly people. What I've done already is taken the hardware off, so to get to the get a fresh finish on it. Take the hardwood, take the handles off is what I've done first, and I've put them over here. If you can see that, there's nothing wrong with this jewelry case. I'm just going to kind of give it a little pop, a little color, so to speak. I'm also going to paint these, which are these little drawer pulls. Sorry about my thumb, that was a hammer accident. Okay, so back to this. First thing you want to do, get you a good environment, good open space to work with. I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using 120 grit sandpaper, because we're not going to really go deep into the finish. All we're going to do is kind of knock the sheen off to get the color pigment to to get it to stick or to stay. Now you could take this down to bare laminate, but you've got to be real careful because you don't want to eat into the finish, because it's a veneer, oak veneer, so it's real thin, so to speak. Okay, so I usually like to do this with a 120 grit, and what you're going to do first is you're going to just kind of buff the whole area, go with the wood grain, and just kind of knock the sheen down. Now, what I like to do is get a sanding sponge just as a backer for my paper. Let me get around and get you a good look at this. So you can see it's there's nothing wrong with it. It just needs to be a little more modern, a little more lively color. I don't really like the golden color. I like more reds and more browns. So what you're going to do is you're going to get this 120 grit sandpaper, and all you're going to do is you're just going to kind of scuff it up a little bit, kind of flush the finish out, so to speak. Now, it's got a couple of nicks, and let's see if I can find one. A couple of nicks and scratches on it, like this right here, and you can pay a little bit more attention to those areas. Like I said, I've taken the hardware off because I'm gonna do it a chrome or something like that. I'm not gonna do the inside. I'm just gonna do the outside, because that would just be a lot of work. And you can do this to just about any type of old furniture, cheap furniture, just to kind of, make it look a little bit better, more expensive, nicer quality than it is. So, again, with the wood grain, moderate pressure, you just want to kind of scuff it up a little bit. And again, I'm not using a lot of pressure, but you do want to stay pretty even. You don't want to do too much in one area. You want to kind of do it evenly throughout. Now for flat areas, I do a little block backing like that, but for the other areas like this, so to speak, you can take this paper and wrap it to contour it to where it gets in any kind of areas that you can't get with the block. So see, we're just kind of scuffing it up, and always go with the wood grain. Very important. If you go across the grain, you're going to get some splotchiness and some actually tearing, ripping of the grain, and you don't want to do that. You want to go with the grain. So all we're really doing is just kind of knocking the finish off, which probably was some kind of catalyzed lacquer. We'll get to more of the refinishing part later on in the video. I'm going to do about 2 to 3 videos. This I'm going to use a block on. I'm going to knock the sheen off this. The legs are going to be used with the free sandpaper just to kind of knock the finish off, so to speak. Alright, so let's get you another look at it over here. Nothing wrong with it. Nice piece of a jewelry cabinet, but as you will see, it's going to be new and refreshed. So first step is prep, and prep is key. So first step is get about 120 to 220 grit sandpaper and go over the whole entire piece of furniture to knock the finish off. And every now and then stop and engage and make sure you're not digging in to the wood anywhere that you don't want to. This is almost where we need it. Okay, so it's going to look kind of bad, kind of beat up, because we're actually, removing the finish that's on there. But this has got to be done in order to get the stain, pigmented stain, paint, so what have you, to actually get a grip and get into the grain of the wood. Alright, stay tuned, and we're going to learn some more about how to refinish and or modernize old pieces of furniture. I'm going to continue on with this, and I'll see you in the second part of the video.